Okay, we will start. We have our Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Outreach here, Professor Caroline Thorua. Guest speaker, invited guests, participants of the communities and artistic participation in hybrid environment, Caphe Project. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, I wish to extend our warmest greetings and welcome you to Kenyatta University, and I encourage you to make yourselves right at home for the 2 days of the symposium. Now you are part of the Kenyatta University family. The theme of the symposium is aptly captured, new coordinates for creative hybrid experiences. Hybrid spaces, of course, and creative collaborations are changing the way we live and work, and the coming together of creative practices such as painting, sculpture, theater, dance performance, video, sound, interactive media, and digital art in one artistic project as post-media art is becoming the new normal. Polyphonic hybrid cultures are anchored and embedded in physical spaces, while at the same time they are increasingly disseminated, shaped, and negotiated in terms of in translogical digital networks. And the role of arts and culture as catalyst to progressive multiculturalism is gaining more recognition, while artistic engagements open our eyes to our historical existence. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the world is intertwined today much more than it was when some of us were coming out of school. Because of that, we really need to have a deep understanding of cultures around the world and around the country as well. Civilizations always become richer and more colorful through exchanges and mutual learning from each other. And such exchanges and mutual learning form an important drive for human progress as well as global peace and development. And forums such as this enable direct exchanges and dialogues among civilizations and people. Creativity speaks a universal language. It has meaning and relevance for all people, regardless of their nationality, culture, or social backgrounds. Hybridity breaks the barriers of peoples, underscoring the values, the feelings, and longings that are shared by human beings. I wish you a productive symposium. At this juncture, I take this opportunity to invite our Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Outreach, Professor Caroline Thorua, to officially welcome you to Kenyatta University and to officially open this symposium. Thank you. Welcome, Professor.
Our guest speaker, Mr. Mutumba Marangu, the main coordinator of Horizon Europe, Communities and Artistic Participation in Hybrid Environment Project, Professor Jakub Kuba Petri, members of management present, regional coordinators, members of staff and students present, all participants in the Caphe Consortium, presenters, virtual reality enthusiasts, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It's an honor and pleasure to welcome each one of you this morning to Kenyatta University and to the symposium New Coordinates for Creative Hybrid Space Experiences. I wish to extend a special welcome to all our visitors who traveled from other countries to this symposium and those who are also participating online from Kenya and other countries. Hearty congratulations to the consortium for winning the prestigious European Union Award for this project. I knew it took a lot of hard work and dedication to get to this point. I'm reliably informed that the Caphe Consortium brings together institutions from 7 countries with the aim of investigating the possibility of establishing an enhanced mode of interaction between artists and communities through the virtual reality platform. The potential application of virtual reality are truly endless. In the field of entertainment, we can already see how virtual reality is changing the way we consume media. From immersive gaming experiences to virtual concerts and events, virtual reality is giving us entirely new ways to engage with our favorite forms of entertainment, as well as getting experiences that, until recently, were restricted to fantasies and dreams. Indeed, we can currently point to the fact that in the field of education, VR is already being used to provide students with immersive learning experiences that are simply not possible with traditional teaching methods. Students, as well as members of the public, can now explore historical sites, experience scientific concepts in action, and even practice real-world skills in a safe and controlled environment. I'm happy to know that in Kenya, and specifically here at KU, the Caphe Project will emphasize art to promote relationship building through learning, action, and the expression of needs and values. It is exciting to note that the Caphe Project has recognized the potential of utilizing art to foster community engagement by strengthening the degree of public commitment to planning processes and making the perspectives developed available to decision makers. As your host, we at Kenyatta University have taken note of the particular interests that you have as project facilitators and will do our best to ensure that the aims of the project are met. We are aware that the project will require us to organize workshops and exhibitions and have some form of civic engagement through art making and programming. We will support you in all these efforts. I'm also aware that the project will run for 4 years and that this is the first mobility. To our visitors, once again, welcome to Kenyatta University. We hope that you're enjoying your stay and are on target to meeting your goals during this secondment. The Caphe Project is certainly a win for Friends of Kenya to understand Kenyan customs, history, culture, and social development. We look forward to more cultural exchanges and cooperation between Kenya and the 6 countries in the consortium through the Caphe platform. I trust that this symposium will be a valuable platform for both academics and art practitioners and the general populace to learn more from each other. I also hope you get an opportunity to visit our country and meet the local people in their communities and therefore have a fruitful visit and stay here in Kenya and at Kenyatta University. I wish you all a very fruitful deliberation during your symposium, and I now declare the symposium open. Thank you.
Say thank you to our hosts who are also coordinating us here in Kenya. For most of us, it is first time in Africa and first time in Kenya, and we feel safe and happy, and everything goes well. Each of our activities was realized, so the plan is being realized well, and now it's time, very important time, to have some reflection, to look back on what has been done, and to also coordinate our actions for future. So this is the time of the symposium. And from this place, I would like to especially thank two organizers of the symposium, Polish Society for Aesthetics. I will not mention the names because they were working all very, very hard. Especially for last 3 days, I didn't see them much. So it means that they were working very hard. So probably they had a very busy time. I would like also to thank organizers and all participants. And not forget to mention the yesterday's event organized by Carla Zanin and Federico Bardazzi, which was also a part of our symposium. So yesterday we had a fiesta for our souls and bodies. Now we have some time for a reflection.
This is Benea Shapai, and of course this is Clinton Kihima. We are going to take not more than 15 minutes in this talk. The topic is the potential of hybridity and digitalization of film festivals in the appreciation of art, in the appreciation of film as art. Basically, when you talk about film and you go back to the history, even if you talk about film viewing, we have to start with Thomas Edison and, of course, Dixon, W.K.L. Dixon, who actually were the first people to come up with the film camera at that time, and they made a separate projection machine that was called a Zetoscope. And this is one. This is how the machine looked like. It's quite an interesting machine because that time film could not roll for so many minutes. So it was, you pay a nickel. You go watch a film for just a short while, and then that was the end of your pleasure. You move on or you pay some more nickels. The theater they invented, or the commercial aspect in making a film, a commercial venture, because first of all you record, and then now you have to display, and then now you can recoup some of the costs that you spent. They made a theater called Nickelodeon. Basically, you go pay 1 nickel, you go position yourself in such a kind of machine, you watch for whatever, maybe 1, 2, 3 minutes, and then your nickel's done. But we find the Lumiere brothers who came up with the concept of having a theater, same to what we'll present when you go to a theater, when you go to cinema now, what you'll find. This is the concept that remained and took hold, instead of what we had with the Nickelodeon by Edison. Let me just go into a brief history of film festivals, because that is now the core point of this talk. But we shall still go back and see these two machines, or these two concepts by Edison and Lumiere. Why exactly? Where do we stand? When you go back, we look at these two, private viewing and that aspect of viewing a film as a society, as a community together. Where are we going? What is the future of this? If you look at Thomas and Bodwell in the book Film History, film festivals emerged in the Second World War and reflected a growing internationalization of cinema and the decline of the Hollywood studio system and the expansion of independent filmmaking. But when you come to around 1981, there were about 100 annual film festivals, but by 2008, there were over 4,000 film festivals. Most of these festivals were in cities, in communities. Some were, of course, international in nature, but most of them were people with a passion for film. You go to watch a film as part of a club or as part of a certain society in a certain region. So this is what led to the expansion of film festivals from 100 in 1981 to 4,000 at the around of, that is 2008. We find that film festivals have become a global distribution system, and this is the only system that can currently rival Hollywood in terms of quality and reach worldwide, basically because these are local groupings. If you go to Kenya, that this will be presented later on by Clinton, you find we also have so many film festivals in the different counties that we have. At this juncture, I'd like to invite Clinton to just give a brief overview of the film festivals that we have in Kenya.
So, just like any other film industry, Kenya has quite a number of film festivals, and we just picked the ones that are very common, though throughout the counties, you will notice that Kenya has so many, almost every county has its own film festival. Among these ones, there are some that we will focus on, like the Lip Film Festival, which stands for the Lake International Pan-African Film Festival. It's one of the biggest film festivals around, celebrated in Nakuru. Then we have the Nairobi Film Festival, and our Skin Film Festival, Udada. Then we have the KIF, that is the Kenya International Film Festival, Slum Film Festival, which has a very special niche. It focuses on stories produced in the slums across the world. So it's one of the most appreciated film festivals in the country. Then we have Eldoret Film Festival, which is a very new festival, but it focuses on the Rift Valley side. Then we have the coast to focus on the coast. Then we have Filamu Fest, which focuses on student projects in universities that that teach film. So it's one of also the best film festivals appreciated by film students. Then we have the Out of Africa Film Festival. And of course, you will notice there's the Chinese Film Festival in Kenya. It's important to know that also. That started in 2020. Its first screening, and it was held first in 2020 in Kenya. So these film festivals play a major role in our industry. They are where we identify talents. They are where films are showcased and they're sold, and we get to see a wide range of the content that we can produce in the country. Then I go to film festivals and the concepts in hybridity. So we'll note Valk in 2008 notes that American Media That Matters Film Festival and the Japanese Concurrent Movie Festival as being the earliest precursors of film festivals in a hybrid space. Though it's also important to note that what Valk describes is very restricted in terms of the space, the location, and where the film festival is held. Then we'll go to the possibilities of the future with regards to film festivals. And this will be our main agenda.
If you look currently, the concept of film festival is restricted in terms of space, in terms of location. But with the progression in terms of the internet, streaming and such, this need not be so. You find that if you go to whichever film festival that you have, it will be restricted in terms of where people can be able to access these films. Of course, with the COVID-19, these restrictions started breaking. This barrier started being broken down so that you can actually, a film festival could actually be screened online to a watching audience, but ensuring that you have an audience for each and every offering. That aspect of discussion after watching a film or attending a film festival is automatically killed because, of course, you can access a chat and then you discuss this film on a chat. But it's not the same as being there in a physical place and talking about a film, coming up, appreciating, the views of your fellow viewers about these films that you have watched, what made an impact and what did not. It's currently possible to have a truly online film festival, but when it comes to the interests of the audience, judging the audience reactions to these films, knowing whether the audience are feeling the film or they're not, it's quite a hard thing to judge at the moment. But maybe this, we like to propose that maybe there might be a way out in terms of getting to know exactly how to manage a film festival that is online. And the first possibility, first of all, is to use students' films because these are not commercial entities. They're meant for examination. So institutions can come together, have a common film festival. You have one in Kenya at the moment, but it's not online. But this is a future possibility, so that we have an online film festival where audiences in different institutions can come together in a room, enjoy these films as others are watching in other institutions, and then they can have vibrant discussion about what they have watched, what is working and what is not working. But there are also other possibility for the future in terms of VR, maybe in terms of developing a program. If you look at what Edison had presented as the Zotoscope, as a viewing machine, where we can all view this film, but we have the experience or the emotion of being together with others in the same room, enjoying the same film. I think this will lead to an appreciation of film so that one does not have to leave their locality, one does not have to leave their room, so that they can go and watch a film in somewhere else together with others. You can do that in your own room, but maybe, through VR, through this immersive technology that is developing, we can be able to have that sensation of being in a theater together. I think with that, we have come to the end of the presentation. It was a very short presentation. It is work that is more like we're taking a prophetic role in education, which, academics don't like so much. But we're just looking at the possibilities that are there, simple possibilities that are there that we can do to just try to develop the concept of a film festival, the appreciation of art in terms of film, and even going the other direction in terms of having art films instead of purely commercial films that are subjected to us through, bodies that are these big bodies that are studios that present films to us without us having that local connotation of having films that have been made by individuals, small budgets, but still are good enough to be enjoyed by the audience. With that, maybe, yeah. Are there any questions? Asanteni sana. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, very short. Actually, this is not a question, it's a contribution to the same. I want to link the question here to the question about making films using smartphones. I can give testimony that actually I've taught a class where the requirement was you use only your mobile phone for everything. And the students were able to do documentaries and present. So I'm from KUTV, so I'm looking for, new content, and it airs. The question on decolonization through means of production, namely the camera, is a question of a theory called technological determinism. I think it's a guy called Marshall McLuhan who talked about the medium is a message, meaning how you collect the information and then become the story itself shapes the meaning that bring out. Back to his question, you use a tool that has multiplicity of use in the community, such that the more this tool here has multiple functions and services that it serves in a community like Kenya. In fact, they say the take-up of mobile phones in this country probably was more rapid than most countries. Why? The telecom system of the Kenyan society had collapsed. The mobile phone came to fill that space. Parallel to that, the banking system in this country was for the elite. The mobile phone brought the functionality of virtual money. The picking up of the money system through virtuality, because banking physically didn't happen for everyone else in this country, it is the only place where M-Pesa could have been invented. Why? Because the means of production is pervasively doing other things for the people, such that if you use it to make film, you will have now opportunity for a new way of doing media, like hashtag our stories has shown us, whereby someone with a phone created an industry which is online, you can check it, and they are able to actually compete with, Fox News or CBA, that kind of thing. So how do you stop imperialism? You take on things that you have control of and you use them to tell your story. And that changes how stories are seen.
Thank you for that, Doc. I'd like to thank you all for listening to us, and have a very, very good day.